Hi, it's Ethan Mussolini, the Merchant of Success, CEO of Success Africa, a motivational speaker, human resource trainer, life, career, and business coach. Well, welcome to another segment. And this is the second portion of the series I'm doing specifically for Africa Entrepreneurship Award applicants. Well, you may not know, but I'm one of the chairs or mentors on the program for a couple of years now. And in case you are not part of the program yet, I highly recommend that you go to the website right now, get details. Applications typically happen around April. It's an amazing program. You get world-class coaches and mentors from across the world to make an input in your business idea. And should you go through up to the finals, then you stand a chance to win as much as $150,000 US. I've seen it myself there. I believe in 2005, I was there in December. I saw it. This is not a story, this is real. Some of the finalists I was coaching, 3 of them won real money. Between 50,000 to 150,000. One won 50,000 US dollars, the other one won 100,000, the other one got 150,000 US dollars. So for me, it's an amazing opportunity, and even if it's not for the finals or money, please go forth and apply and be there. The website should be showing up on the screen. That is www.africanentrepreneurshipaward.com. All right, so in the previous series, I showed you ways and means, a 3-part series on how to start a new business. Now in this segment, I'm going to teach you how to grow an existing business. And then later in another future series, I'll be sharing with you how to scale. So in other words, I'm talking about how to start, grow, and scale a business. The reason I had to come up with these different series when I was at the Entrepreneurship Award, having interacted with a couple of people, I discovered that you find there are people who are just starting out, but they are not even clear about the fundamentals of starting. There are those who have an existing business, but they are struggling to make it to grow. And there are those who already have a growing business, but they are not sure how to scale it. So let's talk about how to grow an existing business. By the way, personally, I've been self-employed. I've been doing business since 2003, mainly in the consulting training space of motivational speaking, training, and all that. And I'll be giving you details a little later. Now, let's start right away. For me, the first key to growing a business is to focus on sales and marketing. Sales and marketing is the lifeblood of any business you can ever think about. That's why even when they are restructuring businesses or they are, if something happens, usually people who are in sales or people who are in sales and marketing who bring in the money, they are always typically the last to go. Why? Because sales and marketing is the lifeblood, it's the engine of any business. You see, when you have cash flow, you can always get any talent in the world. If you have adequate funds, you can hire the best of the best in the world. While those people who are highly skilled, everyone is available at a price. So, you have the money, you have all the talent you need, you have a choice. Now let's talk about sales, and then we'll end with marketing. With sales, so why master sales? I like that old maxim that nothing happens in the economy until someone sells something. So, if you sell, guess what? Something is moving. You see, even right now, I'm selling you on the idea of why you should watch this video, because I know that sales and marketing or growing your business or pushing yourself to another level is extremely useful. Now, let's talk about some traits of a great salesperson. Number 1 is a clear outcome. What I mean by that is you should know at whatever stage of the sales process what your outcome is. Sometimes the outcome is to just establish a relationship, share business cards, get someone's contact. Another instance could be that you want to make an impression and someone says, send me a proposal. Another time, once the proposal is done, what you need is to close the deal. And once you've closed the deal, another outcome could be that you want to upsell. So you always have to be very clear about what you want to achieve. And what I'm telling you, these are some of the things I see myself going through in my day-to-day sales and marketing. The other second key is the right attitude. If your attitude is messed up, because I will tell you, some people think, business people are difficult, or there's no money in the economy. Well, that is a wrong attitude. The right attitude is to believe that at any one moment, people have money, or they're excited, or they'll find your product or service and they will think and feel that it is exciting and worthy of investing in. So you need to have the right attitude. The third trait is to always prepared, always being prepared. I'll tell you, some time back I was invited to speak to a group of women who are in business in Uganda, and I was supposed to help them get prepared to go out there and sell at events, at huge events and the like. Well, guess what? Of around 20 ladies who were there, only about 5 of them had their actual products there. And guess what? Some of them were dealing in crafts and different products, and which were exciting. And I said, why? How come you don't have a product? I said, well, they didn't tell us that we could come with our products. And in my head, I was like, come on, you don't need permission to sell. You should always be ready to sell. You should always be marketing. You should always be selling. That is ABS, always be selling, my friend. So being prepared means things like you know your pitch, you know your product, you have your business card ready, your products are ready for sale. So you're always prepared, you're always dressed right, because then people buy you fast. That's why I'm dressed right. Hopefully you find me to be dressed right, so I'm not dressed in my pajamas and the like. See, you have to be prepared always when you're selling. And the other key thing that I've found very useful, which has taken me years to learn, more than 10 years to master, and that is to discover the idea that if you want daily income, you need to do daily prospecting. Because if you're not doing daily prospecting, then it means you're just into daily expenditures and you're in the hole, so to speak. So you need to start thinking, how can I prospect daily, call people daily, email people daily, reach out to people daily, network daily, so that you have the pipeline filled up. And then, of course, you have to be constantly closing. Don't give up, just close. Just before this recording, I called someone yesterday for a coaching program that I do in the art of public speaking. He had promised to call me this morning, but well, tell you what, he didn't. What did I do? I called him. Said, boss, where are you at? Well, he came to office, and we've gone to the second level in the closing process. So I have a feeling, I believe that he's really going to come on board. So I had to close him on coming into office. See, that was another stage. So you have to always be closing. So don't give up, just have to be closing the deal. Another key thing is to always be developing. What I mean by always be developing, make yourself a better person. Because sales, just like any other skill, it is something you have to keep pushing and learning to make sure that you master. Because if you're not growing as a person, then your business is stagnating. Now, here are some daily questions to supercharge your sales performance. One of those things you should be asking yourselves, how can I make more sales today? The key is, how can I add value to the company today? The value could be a certain innovation, how to reach out to clients faster, or how to bring in more money, how to save money. So always ask yourself that. Then you could ask, how can I add value to my customer today? To add value to your customer could be to send them an article, it could be to encourage them, it could be to inspire them, it could be to connect them to a new person. Okay. Then and also ask yourself, how can I add value to my team today? Adding value to your team, again, can take different strands or different ways of being. For example, it might mean you pass on a book to them, or you pass on some sales and marketing techniques to them, such that they get to know what the process or how the process looks like. So when you add value to the team, it means over time, then they are growing. And you as a business owner, as a business leader, you have to always be thinking, how do I empower my team? How do I push them to think differently and to sell more? Then you need to ask yourself, what do I need to learn today to take my sales skills to the next level? So for now, I'm learning about how to sell big ticket items. because I know I need to go to another level. I need to start selling bigger ticket items if I'm to earn more money. So for you, what do you need to learn? Do you need to learn prospecting? Do you need to learn closing? Do you need to learn establishing rapport? Do you need to learn more about persuasion and influence? Do you need to learn negotiations? So these are some of the things you need to pay attention. I now want us to switch to what I call the magical words to pay attention to while selling. Now, this work whether you're selling or just serving a customer. Words like please, it shows that you're courteous. Thank you, thank people about who they are. I will tell you, yesterday I was talking to a lady on the phone. I was selling her on my coaching program. She sounded so courteous that I was willing to give her a huge discount. That's how much courtesy can do for you when you're selling. The other key word is because. Research found that when you use the word because, we are predisposed to get into the yes mode. One of the books I highly recommend that you read if you haven't done so is Influence by Robert Cialdini. He is one of the world's foremost authority on influence. And he made research and discovered that by just adding the word because on a test, I believe it was this guy going to, jumping the queue to, get his papers photocopied. By adding the word because, it skyrocketed the yes predisposition by at least around 80+% of the people said yes. Even at one time he said, can I jump the queue just because? And people still went ahead. Now, I'm not saying that you should just say just because. I'm saying when you are asking something and you add the word because, then people automatically find themselves getting into a yes mode, because as children, we used to hear that word. Mommy, why are you doing this? Because da 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 da. Daddy, how are because da 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 da. So we are hardwired to say yes to the word because. That tip alone I've just given you is worth all the time you will spend watching all these video series. Cool. Now let's switch to marketing. Now, why is marketing critical? By the way, when we say marketing is about getting prospects in, to inquire, to know about the product, then sales is about closing the deal. Okay. So why is marketing critical? Because it increases support from people from what I call funding publics, or people who can buy your products or services. It also creates a stronger, consistent, universal image. People get to know you better, and they want to know, they get to know your business, which is fantastic. It also increases, it creates an increased sense of customer pride and loyalty. Customers want to relate to businesses that are out there, that are well known, that have strong brands, and through marketing, you boost that brand. You see, great marketing strategies, they create the need for your product. You're able to create beliefs in the marketplace to believe that your product is good, that whatever you're selling is valuable or is fantastic. And you need to create that. It also helps for you to determine how to persuade potential customers to buy. And what you can do is, one of the ways to induce customers to buy is to use testimonials. Today I was talking to a prospect, and whenever I would quote a testimonial, an experience of a client, they'll be like, wow, amazing, that's great. Yeah. The other one is to offer a guarantee. For example, in our trainings at Success Africa, we offer 100% money back guarantee, meaning if you're not happy with our consulting or training, you get 100% money back guarantee. Even in my coaching, when I'm coaching people in public speaking or life and career development or how to pass oral interviews, I tell them, if you're not happy, just get all your money back. And that always pushes people to the edge to say yes. Also, think about creating marketing campaigns. You can do discounts. So create discounts, say special discount, 20%, 30%, 50%, whatever you're comfortable with. Then you could also offer free consultations. When you offer free consultations, then the people are open to this. So offer free consultations, and if you offer value in the process, people will say, oh, how can we work with you a little? Then check customer relationships. You can do this via follow-up sales campaigns, how they get to know you more, have loyalty programs. I have some loyalty cards in my wallet for bookshops, for supermarkets, and trust me, just me knowing that I get a discount for every purchase, that has boosted the level of loyalty I have with those particular businesses. So please note that advertising is only a single component of the marketing process. It's just part of it. Now, let's talk about building sales and marketing plan. You clarify the business objective, make sure you understand them, define the target market. And when you talk about defining the target market, know their purchasing behaviors, know their needs. For example, I got to know that a certain age bracket on Facebook responds to my coaching offers much better. So I got to know that a certain age bracket is not good for me while the rest is fine. Okay. Determine the strategic positioning, meaning the price, the quality. How are you going to position your pricing? How are you positioning the quality? Is it a high-end product? Is it a luxurious product? Is it a mid-range product? Is it a mass market product? Just you need to position your products right. Then you also need to know what's the channel you're going to use. Are you going to use social media? Are you going to use email? Are you going to use sponsorships that people mention you and they get to know you? What are you going to use? All those things you need to be clear in your mind. All right, so as we come to the end of this segment, which I hope you've gotten value out of this so far, is I want you to determine the percentage you will invest in sales and marketing. I can't emphasize how important that is because you need to be investing over and over again in sales and marketing. And then find a sales and marketing team where you can have people selling on your behalf, following up on clients, because then by building that team, people who are knocking on doors, people who are calling, then your business in the process will be growing. Please share what you think about this video. You can also share what you've learned. Those are my contacts on the screen. You can find me at ethanmussolini.com in case you want to learn more, or you can check me out on info@ethanmussolini.com or call +256 772 936361. And on different social media outlets on the same name, which is Ethan Mussolini. That's my Twitter handle, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and also Instagram. I would also highly recommend that for corporate trainings, in case you want to engage my company to train your organization, whether it's customer service, leadership, communication skills, sales, and several others, you can go to success-africa.com. Oh, and by the way, if you are below the age of 40, I created a resource which you can find out at ethan@40.com. This I created it recently before turning the age of 40. So I share my top life and business lessons by the age of 40. So when you enter your first name and email, then you get an automated email. Once you confirm, every single day you get an email with a video sharing with you one of my topmost life and business lessons to access. By the way, in case you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, I'll be releasing these videos over on my YouTube channel. Go to youtube.com/user/Ethan Mussolini. Subscribe to the channel, and then I'll see you in the next videos.